Christian religions, 2.4 billion. Um, next to that, next to Christianity, we have Islam. Um, I think they're almost 2 billion in numbers. And the rest are either Hindus or Buddhists. Maliit na lang yung percentage ng mga Jews. Very tiny minority na lang sila. So it's really Christianity and Islam. So obviously ang mga Islam, they're against what Trump is doing, waging war against any nation that he thinks is corrupt or a threat to the whole world, mainly a threat to the United States. So yun ang nangyayari. Trump is, I don't want to say bad things about Trump because as much as I don't like Donald Trump, we have to respect him because he was still voted, and time will tell if Trump will really go down as one of the best U.S. presidents in history, or is he gonna go down in history as one of the worst, if not the worst ever U.S. president. Only time will tell. But obviously, with the way, with what is happening around the world, especially when it comes to war, most people, I would say, majority of the people in the world are not for Trump. They are against Trump, especially after Trump's feud with Pope Leo. I think it's safe to say that most Muslims in the world and the vast majority of the 1.4 billion Catholics in the world are siding with Pope Leo. I mean, that's normal to expect. So Trump will not win a war with Pope Leo. A world war. He cannot afford to have this fight with Pope Leo. He had recently admitted it's not fighting with Pope Leo, which is a good thing to say. Kasi walang magandang mangyayari dyan. It's all about his ego, his pride. Gusto kasi ni Trump siya yung superior leader ng buong mundo. He even wants to be much more powerful than Pope Leo. It's regardless whether we're talking about politics or not. Trump wants the world to worship him. At least that's the opinion of some people, and every day nagiging obvious na something is wrong with Trump. That's why people are asking if he's really mentally healthy. And I don't want to speculate about his mental health. Madali na mapansin kung may problema sa utak ang tao. Well, person doesn't have to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist to know if a person, whether a president or an ordinary person, has mental health issues or not. So yung gera ni Trump against Iran, I don't know, hindi natin mahirap i-predict yan because so far we get this feeling that Iran will not surrender and the war will continue for as long as United States won't give up or won't surrender or won't admit that they're not powerful enough to, you know, cause the downfall of Iran. Kasi hindi lang naman US ang may nuclear weapons eh. That's why they cannot just flex their muscles against the other superpowers na may nuclear weapons. Kasi kapag ginusto nilang girahin ng ibang superpowers, nandun yung risk na magkakaroon ng nuclear war. No matter how unlikely in 2026, but the risk is always there. Mas madaling magkaubusan ngayon because of nuclear weapons. And yun yung sabi daw nila na ang reason for attacking Iran is because they're planning to keep on building nuclear weapons. And yung nga yung bad regime, evil regime daw na nagiging threat sa Western civilization. So yun yung purpose of going to war with Iran. But more and more people are not believing that reason ng US. So it's really not about nuclear weapons and protecting America. Kasi unang-una wala naman talagang ginagawa ang Iran against them eh. Mas kakampi pa ang tao kay Trump kung sila yung Iran ang unang ng gulo. Sa countries, I think there are like 8 countries na may nuclear weapons, nuclear missiles. Among all the countries in the world that had nuclear weapons or have nuclear weapons, US lang ang gumamit ng nuclear weapon noong World War II in 1945. And now they're thinking that countries like Iran will use nuclear weapons in the future to establish world dominance. So yan ang nangyayari ngayon as always, as human nature, part of human nature, we want to be and feel superior to others. Kahit nananahimik, we want to establish, to assert our superiority. Yan ginagawa ng USA. Basically, sila yung bully. Yeah, they've been acting like the police of the world for the longest time. But sa nakikita natin ngayon in 2026, over the past 5 years, since Donald Trump became president, yun na nagiging parang narrative. Una, sabi ni Trump he will end wars, pero saan siya ngayon? He's doing the exact opposite thing that he told the whole world, na he's gonna stop all wars, but now sila pa mismo yung nag-uumpisa ng war. And so yun, nagiging nila, you don't know the exact agenda ng Trump government. We can only speculate, create conspiracy theories, and we believe what we want to believe. But war is always never the answer. Peace should always rule, not war. And that is what Pope Leo, as the leader of the Catholic Church, leader of the 1.4 billion Catholics, and also an influential person throughout the world, whether you're a Catholic or a Christian or not, the Pope has always been one of the most influential persons or people in the world. And so part of his job as the Pope is to always promote peace, to always be against war, and to vocally, you know, express his sentiments against any kind of war. It's part of his job. Ngayon natin kailangan ng Pope. No, ever since, I mean, ang Pope talaga isa yan sa mga taong kailangan ng mundo because we always have a very magulong mundo, and matagal na may mga gera, of course, and sa panahon ngayon, especially sa social media and with AI, lahat hindi mo na alam kung ano yung fake or hindi. Because of AI, naging madali yung mga fake news. All this technology is only making things worse on one end. May mga malaki natutulong ng AI, of course. We need to be progressive in terms of technology. We should embrace it. But on the other hand, nandun yung threat. Okay? It's like the Terminator, the rise of the machines. So, sa panahon ngayon na nandyan yung AI and all the fake news, we're all connected now. It's such a small world now because of social media. And tumaas yung level of hatred among people. Hatred, anxiety, depression, all negative feelings, anger. Talagang grabe na sa Philippines, grabe. Politics, US, ganun din. And kahit sa ang bansa na may corrupt system of government, not just in government but in anywhere. So ngayon natin kailangan ng Pope more than ever, a universal figure na nagpo-promote ng peace. And because we Catholics believe that the Holy Spirit always choose kung sinong Pope na ma-appoint or mananalo sa voting. So Pope Leo was chosen by the Holy Spirit, just like every other Pope before him was chosen by the Holy Spirit. So nandyan yung spiritual factor na this is a person, a man who represents Jesus. If you're a Christian, he represents Jesus. It's not Jesus, of course. Catholics don't worship the Pope. They worship him because he represents Jesus. And Pope, of course, he's the successor of Saint Peter. Siya yung pinaka-latest successor ni Saint Peter. And he works for Jesus. He works for God, as we all know. So we should not hate the Pope. We should love him, support him, especially during these times na magulo na talaga ang mundo. I think mas magulo na ngayon compared before because of a lot of things that happen because of technology. Iba na ngayon ano na yung moral natin what do you call this, nagkakaroon na ng matagal na merong moral decay, and it only got worse habang nagiging advanced yung technology. Syempre kapag nandiyan yung technology, people tend to worship the iPhone, the tablet. We watch Netflix, Disney Plus. So madali na maka-access ng kahit pornography, sa mortal sin. There's been a moral decay that's been happening for the past 5 to 10 years. So we need someone like the Pope. So yung video ko naging part politics, part religion, because of the war. And I'm just sharing this. Next video I would go back to my usual MMA, UFC, boxing fights. That's all. See you. Hope you enjoy this. Peace.